Leonardo da Vinci's life began in Vinci, Italy. Here is the house that da Vinci was born in. Leonardo da Vinci drew constantly. Drawing was his way of In this early landscape, one can see his interest in detail and perspective. Leonardo's father arranged an apprenticeship for Leonardo in the workshop of Andrea del Verrocchio. Some think Leonardo posed for Verrocchio's David, immortalized at 15 as a new classical ideal. In the studio of Verrocchio, Vinci gained early renown for his artistic skill. Begun in 1472, Da Vinci worked on this painting of the Annunciation. On the Baptism of Christ by Verrocchio, Da Vinci painted one of the angels on the lower left. Verrocchio is known to have said that the student surpassed the master and he would no longer paint. Begun in 1474, many think this portrait of Ginevra da Vinci was made to commemorate her marriage. Leonardo da Vinci began a commission for the Adoration of the Magi in 1480, but he left it unfinished because he left for Milan the next year. Lorenzo de' Medici, Leonardo's patron, sent da Vinci with a lyre he made to the Duke of Milan. Vasari wrote, Leonardo was led in great repute to the Duke of Milan, who took much delight in the sound of the lyre, so that he might play it, and Leonardo brought with him that instrument. It was made in great part of silver, in order that the harmony might be of greater volume, more sonorous of tone, with which he surpassed all musicians who had come together there to play. Besides this, he was the best improviser in verse of his day. And here is the drawing of the lyre that Leonardo created. As strange as this drawing is, it has inspired many replicas of the lyre that Da Vinci created. One of Da Vinci's first commissions outside of Verrocchio's studio was Virgin of the Rocks, painted 1483 to 86. Court life in Milan gives Leonardo da Vinci a chance to meet some of the great minds of Renaissance Italy. The wife of the Duke of Milan, Beatrice d'Este, opened up the court to intellectuals of Renaissance Milan. Da Vinci was invited into the society of the court. Leonardo da Vinci created many costumes for the Feast of Paradise to celebrate the wedding of Gian Alizio Sforza and Isabella of Aragon. At the same time, in 1491, he created this portrait of Lady with the Ermine. During his life, Leonardo da Vinci kept track of his ideas and thoughts in notebooks. For da Vinci, these notebooks were a place where he could jot down his ideas, work out his thoughts. His notebooks are a record of inventions created years and sometimes centuries before their time. In an article posted on Leonardo da Vinci Between Art and Science, Professor Getty points out how this illustration of a bridge made from branches shows construction as well as design. He says, Therefore, this illustration renders the process of building as much as it depicts the design of the bridge itself. He further wrote, "In this way, by seeing this drawing, one can quickly build a bridge so as to escape or follow the enemy." Geddes observed that the bridge would serve an enemy for either fleeing or pursuing, and the design provided swift passage over terrain otherwise less readily available. Milan was at war with Venice, and during his time there, Da Vinci invented many weapons. These are drawings of machine guns. Here is a model of the machine gun created in virtual reality. Invented a cannon that fired exploding cannonballs. Leonardo da Vinci designed several versions of a giant crossbow, including an exploding dart for the Duke of Milan. It was never created. This drawing of an armored tank is based on the design of a turtle shell and includes mechanisms for how it would move around, turn, and the gears by which people could move it. It's centuries before its time. In Milan, Da Vinci was involved with city planning projects. Some of these involved plans to redesign water systems. According to Professor Moffat, when drawing maps required designs for Milan projects, Leonardo invented new methods of recording the land using odometers and magnetic compass with a movable sight vane. Leonardo da Vinci's main project was to create an equestrian statue commemorating the father of the Duke of Milan. He made many studies of horses. And a full-size horse sculpture of clay. However, the bronze intended for the sculpture was used to cast cannons to fight invading French armies. The Last Supper was created for Ludovico Sforza and was painted in a church next to where his father was buried. Traditional fresco painting requires the artist to work quickly. Vinci wanted more time, so he experimented with oil paint on plaster. The painting was peeling 20 years after it was finished. This copy of The Last Supper by a student of Da Vinci's was used as a reference to restore the original in 1999. Beginning in 1489, Leonardo da Vinci performed dissections to gain greater understanding of anatomy. He created hundreds of drawings and dissections examining the human body in great detail. Leonardo dissected a pregnant woman to create this drawing of a fetus in the womb.